Due to the nature of this program, listener aggression is advised.
This is Chris Broderick with the Fever 333.
Pusillus Maximus from Guard.
This is Eric from Necrogoblicon.
Hey, this is Jamie from Bullet My Valentine.
Hey, you got Dimebag's Hack.
I do a million interviews, and you guys know how to have fun.
What's up? This is Sam Rivers.
And this is Damon from Sleep Killers.
What's up, guys? It's Dorothy.
Hi, I'm Todd. And I'm Frank from Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators.
This is Stephen Brewer from Westfield Massacre.
This is Joe from Dead.
This is Tommy Vex from The Bad Wolves.
This is Ivan from Disconnected. And right now, you're listening to Honest Brutality, motherfucker.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Honest Brutality. This is the show that is all things rock, metal, and stuff that doesn't suck. I'm your host, Evil, and I am joined by my co-host.
This is Big Sloppy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Camera Rebel.
Welcome back. Well, we got a real special guest.
Yes, we do.
One of the more popular guests we've ever had on the show, actually. We have Richie Cavalera from Incite on the line from Vegas, of all places. What's up, Richie?
How's it going, man? Yeah, just finally enjoying a nice warm day, thawing off the bones. It's beautiful out here, man. Good to hear from all you guys again.
Yeah,
likewise.
Absolutely. We're excited. We saw you guys were starting to drop new music. I said, oh, you know what this means.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to contact that motherfucker and get him back on the show. This is
Oh, yeah, man. Had a blast last time. I'm sure this time will be even better.
Oh, man, I like the way you talk. It's going to be tough to top the last time. That was pretty epic.
Yeah, no, we can get into it. We'll find some stuff to fuck off about.
We love your attitude. We love it.
Fucking guy kills
perfect.
me.
Yeah.
All right, where do we start, guys?
Yeah,
fucking Incite is kicking ass and taking names.
Yes, they are.
Hey, by the way, the new stuff, Richie. Oh my God, bro. You guys don't let up. Holy shit.
I think we might have finally wrote one, man. It's a killer album from top to bottom. I think 3 singles we put out, Built to Destroy, Ruthless Ways, Poisoned by Power, they're all killer, man. There's still, 8 more that are, I think, even better than those. So it's exciting. It's exciting, man.
It's got to feel good just to have some new tunes on your belt to go out and do live, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost coming on 3 years since the last album came out. So, anytime you get to play new songs and have new songs and new music to talk about, it's always a blast as far as an artist, point of view. So, we're coming out with like 9 songs. We're going to play 5 new ones out of that. So it's going to be a killer show coming up.
Well, I got to tell you, it took me almost 3 years to recover from the beating I took after the last album. That fucker was heavy as hell too. I can't imagine what Built to Destroy's got going.
Yeah, man, we pushed it. We added, Drew took over a lot more and added a lot of, leads. I think 8 out of the 11 tracks have, just these killer, I call them stadium solos, man, because they're awesome, they're amazing, and they're huge. And, he really ripped it on this album. And just the bond with, being together as long as we have now, it's just, we're kind of clicking now and feeling it and, just kind of scratching on the surface, I think, of what we can do. It's going to be fun.
Well, you're talking about leads in your music, and I think it's a lost art a lot of times with a lot of bands. They can't do it, I think, to a lot of degree.
In the modern day, no, you don't hear it hardly at all. You hear a breakdown
instead.
No,
breakdown, dude. Breakdown century going on right now.
Yeah.
So I think for us, that was something we've always wanted to implement. I mean, if you look at the catalog, each album kind of, the second album had a solo, and then the next one had 2, and so on. And now we're really where we want to be as far as that goes. And having a guitar player like him that can handle all that and present it live just as good as he does in the studio is killer, man. He's coming along.
I miss that because I grew up on Randy Road.
Guitar rock.
We
all did. I mean, here at the table, I think all of us grew up on, pretty much guitar-driven rock.
Right.
And I miss it to a large degree. And I'm excited to hear that you guys are, because you guys are heavy enough and killer enough without it. But now that you're adding that new, I'm like, oh my God, this could be great.
Yeah, it was kind of, where did we want to go from here? What can we do? And I think performance was a huge thing for, the bass, the drums, and vocally, and then guitar. It was like, let's go off. I mean, we let him go nuts, and then, he gets pissed, when we have a set list that doesn't have solos on it. It's awesome. I love where it's at now. It's killer. He wants to shred, and we want to shred. So it's a good time.
You've uncaged the animal in him.
Yeah, dude, and he's just getting better and better. He's relatively new in the guitar playing world. He was more of a violinist, I guess, growing up. So it's transcended very well into what he does with the guitar.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. We've been trying to. We're like, come on, man, get some violin on this record, and he's just like, nah, I'm into the guitar now, bro. So
but cello is metal as fuck.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying. But maybe when he gets old and can't stand anymore, that's what he'll move to. Or when he wants to make real money,
Oh yeah. When Incite becomes a country band, he'll pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not doing money talk right now. Not right
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah.
So, Rick, I saw that. Well, you guys are you're putting out a new album, which means you guys got to get on the road a lot. And I see you guys have through February. Holy shit, a kick-ass tour. You're going out with Soulfly and Cataclysm, amongst others, throughout the tour.
Yeah, man, we tried to jump on anything that was out there. So the old man kind of was like, hey, you want to, come out on a run with us? We haven't toured together in, quite a long time. So it's always fun when we can go, kick each other's asses live every night and, really have that fun family competitive vibe going on.
I want to hear more about that. You know what I mean? Is that something you guys do? Do you guys rib each other like, hey, Pops, watch this?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think if you don't come into every night, no matter who you're playing with or what you're playing with, you've got to be wanting to be the best, and that's where we are. I think the four of us combined, neither one of us, no matter how sick or hungover or whatever the hell the case is, it's like we want to kill everybody. Even if it's, the greatest band out there, you still got to try to kill them. Even if you're not gonna, but you can still try.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do every night. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to make them work.
Well, the question I have for you then, since you're going back out on the road, does that mean we're going to get more live Joint Powers Authority sessions?
No, it's Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Oh, was it Joint Chiefs of Staff? Is that what it was?
I mean,
come on.
We're going to always get those in. I mean, this tour always when I do these, why I haven't done these for so long is because when I go out with them, I run their merchandise, my merchandise. I'm their tour manager, and then I'm also playing and driving the van. So, for me, I'm getting a little older, and it's a little harder to do, all of that still, So for me, it's a big thing of wanting to give 110 for the show now and not being tired for that when it all comes down to it. So, you'll definitely be seeing me. I can't get through the day without burning tough, so that'll definitely be going down.
Amazing.
Man, you guys are set to kill with this thing. I can tell the packaging looks amazing. Let's talk about this artwork just a little bit. You totally transported me back to my high school days, looking at thrash albums, in general, because thrash albums always had that specific art form, right?
Yeah, I think me. Elle and, Lennon in particular, we grew up with that. That was us, those Megadeth records that had the killer art, the Iron Maiden ones, all these bands that killed the artwork. So, when we came time to do this one, I let Elle, really take over. I'd kind of done all the other ones. And, I think for them now it's time to kind of let them take over things and have more fun. And, we brought in Andre Buzikov, who's just a killer. He's done, Municipal Waste, Toxic Holocaust, just, very, like you said, old school feel. And, that's kind of what we've been going with. Our poster that we had done for our headline tour kind of fit that vibe. And, the album cover, fed upon that, because I think that's where our music is fully influenced from, is that 80s era. So we love to have a chance to make it modern, but still have that influence on it.
And dude, let's just 2 words, skeleton robot.
It's cool. The versions that we went through of his head, to try to get it dialed in. And, we had evil ones and, skeletons. And I felt like the robot kind of made him our own, rather than being a skeleton like everybody else kind of has went with. So it's cool. It's the 4 pieces of the band, the assembly of it, where we've gotten to at this point, and that's kind of where the Built to Destroy just vibe feels. That's what we wanted. what's cool is he did the entire artwork too, as well as the booklet pages, the tray, all of it. So it's all has a theme, and it's all just absolutely beautiful. And then the band photo is going to be probably the coolest thing I think anybody's ever going to see. We recreated the Death Row record shot.
Oh, get out of here.
With the guys I have having these big, Lennon and L, they look just like Suge Knight and Dr. Dre. And, we had Jeremy Sapper shoot that, and we got so high, and it came out so cool. And we can't wait for people to get this record and see all the cool shit that went into making it. We really went off with everything from the videos to that to getting on tour. The first show was the day the album comes out, so everything lined up. I guess that's kind of how all these other bands that have kind of gotten somewhere have always said, it just kind of lines up, and it's how it feels right now.
So you guys trying to push the physical copies pretty heavy then, it sounds like, because, a lot of people go into digital more, and it sounds like you guys are really pushing the physical copies because of all the extras you're going to get with a physical copy.
Yeah, and I think when you look at, statistics of the market, people right now, they're in the metal world, they're leaning more towards still the physical copy as well as the vinyl, so the market that we're currently in hasn't quite changed. Once you see that digital ratio going, 51, 60%, then you, I think, start to focus on that. But for us, it's about, it always has been since day one, it's about putting that copy in that person's hand. And, every artwork we've ever had has been kick-ass to where that's kind of important. And the lyrics to read, the credits, all these things, I think that, to us, whenever we bought a CD, that was like the first thing I did while listening to it, So I like to have that passion still for kids, and if they give a shit, whatever.
So now, are you guys thinking about doing anything on vinyl?
Oh yeah, our last two albums have both been on vinyl, and this, I believe, is going to have a limited press of a splattered crazy color along with the album colors, and then the regular vinyl will come out as well.
Let me get my wallet out.
Now we're talking money.
Richie, welcome to Money Talk. All right, how much do I owe you? I want one. Gotta have it.
The vinyl's a big touch, from L and me, those were big things that, I remember growing up as a kid going with my dad to vinyl stores and just looking through and, picking out cool covers, and I think that's what we like to have as well with what we do.
We talk about that a lot on our show, because back in the day, you couldn't hear stuff in advance unless you saw a music video on MTV or something.
Or if you lived in the city and had one of those places that had listening stations.
Yeah, so you had to go into the record store and you bought the album according to the cover. That looks cool. I'm going to buy that.
Or the hype.
It's crazy. I mean, from where we started, that's how it was. And now our record hasn't even come out, and we've already had to put out 3 singles. I mean, it's insane. I mean, before it even comes out anymore, kids get to hear half of it,
Yeah,
plus,
it's true.
Hearing it recorded and everything, it's nuts. Where's the surprise anymore? But I think the only way you can pull off that kind of surprise feel is when you get to that Tool level, or that kind of level where you can take 8 years. But for us, we can't do all that yet. But it's just to see how many singles you put out. We have a 4th one coming out sometime too. I don't know when, but so it's crazy what's changed for sure.
Are you glad to put those out in advance, or would you rather be able to just blow the surprise on everybody all at once?
I mean, there's the plus and the minus to it. Like you said, you get to give people a taste, or, also, you might drive people away at the same time. But for us, we felt like everything was good enough to where we didn't give a shit what happened, what the label wanted to do. Just, you can put the whole 11 songs out as a single, and then we'll try to sell it later, whatever. But, it's just, it's cool. And, you care, though, because obviously that first week of sales is still really important to every band, and that's how you kind of get attention going. And, I think that's, what we're hopeful for. We've never cracked, I don't think, a 200 Billboard. So for us, that's a huge goal for us with this album.
Yeah.
You've never debuted on Honest Brutality before the album come out. So shit's about to change, brother.
It's just, that hard work, and just, I think consistency, and, I think eventually if you believe in what you're doing, people will too. And I think that's kind of where we're getting right now. Yeah. It's cool. to see the feedback, you know, from every angle right now has been just overwhelming. And I think, yeah, you know, we were like, all right, cool, this is a band now.
Yeah, Richie, I think part of that too is you're relentless. You don't let up.
Yeah, I mean, the whole band, you know, it's cool. You know, we're just crazy right now. We're just, you know, we want to play with everybody, and we're lucky that our music works with so many different things. You know, we're like touring with Soulfly, and then we go tour with like Septic Flesh and Carizian, and you know, last year we toured with Gorgoroth and Cancer Bats, and you know, it's just all over the place. But you know, every show rocks, man. It's
That's a
cool
lot of lighthearted music going on.
Yeah, it's all over the music world, man. That's cool that we're able to do that. So it makes it even funner, man.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing you guys on a lot of wedding playlists here lately.
We were shooting for that with this one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I kind of got that feel. Yeah.
Too heavy. We need to tone it down.
Hey, so you guys are getting out on the road. You're going out with Soulfly here in February, and I see you guys going to Europe in April. What do you guys got lined up kind of throughout the year this year?
Yeah, we plan on, you know, doing April. We're going to add like 2 weeks of headline shows to that as well in like the mainland of Europe, which is going to be fun as hell. You know, just us in a van and playing with European bands and kind of hitting the ground over there like we did in America. And then come back to the States. We're looking, you know, submitting for all the tours for June, July over here, and, you know, trying to get that all working. And for the first time ever this summer, August 8th, we'll be playing the Bloodstock Festival in the UK, which for me, for Elle, for this band, I think it's the moment we've been waiting for to this point, you know, to have 20,000 people at one time in front of you, and metalheads. Like we're so ready for this. We can't wait to see what the fuck we can do with this, because we're just ready to unleash hell.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
I think it's going to be fun as hell. So, and after that, you know, we'll just kind of be back in the U.S. and finishing off the year and going from there. And hopefully it doesn't stop. Hopefully it just gets bigger and crazier and wilder.
So you're playing Bloodstock August 8th. When do you come back to the States? Right after that?
Yeah, I believe we're going to stay in Europe for a couple of weeks after that, because there's a couple more festivals I think they're going to try to put us on, and then come back to America for like October, November, December is the plan.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, October would be good if you hit the Wimmer event, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, dude, we're dying, you know, to hit everything. Like, no, I'm telling you, I'd probably drive my agents fucking insane. You know, they're dealing with these huge bands and, you know, all these other bands that are just way bigger, and I don't stop. You know, I'm emailing them every day. I'm asking what they're finding, what's going on, who can we tour with, submitting them posters if I see bands post about to it, like anything, you know. And I think that's just what you got to do, man.
Yeah,
you know, if you want it, you know, you can't let these other people stop you from letting the band get to where it needs to get. So if they see your heart, they'll, you know, be like, oh, I got this for you guys. And, you know, that's how we ended up on like Brujeria and, you know, a bunch of tours we've gotten. So we're out there trying to get whatever we can.
That's awesome.
I imagine you guys are going to go really hard for the next 2 years pushing this album, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to be absolutely madness. We got to try to get down to Australia and Japan. Those are a couple of big goals we have, you know, that and back to South America for sure. So we got some things we got to take care of.
So you guys are yet to play Australia and Asia at this point?
Yeah, we've done Australia in 2010, but haven't returned since, which, you know, you just can't do that. You know, it's 8 years, almost too long.
Well, it took that long for him to recover.
It's just that expensive, man. You know, even to get it, it's just hard to get offered, and then let alone find somebody that's like, yeah, I'll pay for all your plane flights and everything, you know. So in time that'll come. But, you know, South America is definitely on the list to get back there again, since we were there, you know, 2 years ago. So that was crazy and a good time, and ready to do that again.
At least that you can do in a bus, you know, or whatever, in a van. You can get down there. It'd take you forever, but you could do it. You know?
Yeah, it's a lot more financial, you know, viable than you know, Australia and that stuff. But
yeah, as soon as you start cruising around the globe and crossing water, shit gets real.
Yeah, we just gotta get enough people excited, and that's what it's about, and that's what we thank you guys for helping with.
So the album drops. What's the actual release date?
January 25th, and that's the, you know, you can find it on iTunes, you know, Spotify, everywhere. You know, feel it, whatever you got to do.
Let's drop back just a little bit. What's going on with you, man? You doing okay? You've been a busy guy.
Oh, I'm good. I'm just recently moved to Las Vegas, and
right.
It's beautiful here. Me and the wife are absolutely loving it.
So Las Vegas, man, that's a different fucking world altogether.
Oh man, we just came from. I lived in Arizona for 30 years, and she lived with me there for 3 years, and then we did Huntington Beach for 2 years, and then LA for a year. And I think after you live in LA and deal with that fuck show, I think you can kind of live anywhere.
Been there and done that, brother. Been there and done that.
Vegas is just not what you think. It's we're on the outskirts. It's nice, kind of like suburban. It feels like Arizona, but at the same time, if you want to go get crazy or have a great night with your wife or whatever, there's the Strip. So it's blown me away. I've been here 4 months now, and I'm really surprised. It's way cooler and chiller and just badass than I thought. And they got legal weed here too now, and they got the Raiders moving here. So we never wanted to stay anywhere for too long. We kind of want to bounce around a little bit.
A lot of rockers that live in Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I know, back in the day, I met Vinnie Paul here several times, and he always said it was nothing but amazing, and I definitely agree with that.
I'm actually coming down to visit Vegas next week.
Oh, snap. I leave Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, that's because I'm coming to town. I get it. No, I get it. No, I get it. No. I thought we was friends and shit. No, I get it now.
No, man, we got 5 new songs to learn and all that stuff. So rehearsals start in Phoenix on the 19th. So
nice.
Yeah, we got to have, a couple days to tighten it up and choreograph the moves, so to speak.
Get your dance numbers down.
Yeah, make sure we can headbang and sync.
No. We know that you got Justin Timberlake coming in to show you guys some dance moves for your big showcase this year.
Yep. Pyro and fucking, we got on-stage dancers and, the whole thing.
We're just really
going for it.
Where are you rehearsing at down there in Phoenix?
It's like a storage unit in Mesa. It's, hot.
I was gonna say, sounds nice and cool. And
no, man, when we used to record or write the albums in there in the first records, it was doing albums like 120 degrees in a box. So I think that's why you got the slaughter. We were fucking pissed.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I would be fucking angry too. Yeah.
Oh, it was miserable.
Have you ever written a ballad? Have you even got that within you to do a ballad?
I think on the second album, All Out War, there's about the closest you're going to get to ever having ballads. There was like the song Hopeless, was probably the weakest song we ever written, or, Nothing Remains. That song to me, when I listen to it, it feels like the entire album, other than like a track or two, is ballads.
Right. Well, you couldn't do a say extremes more than words. You couldn't do something like that, huh?
No.
I mean, I could probably do something pretty badass, but that won't be talking about like 45, 50 after I'm done with Incite. I have a side project. It's called Wilted Flower. So that'll, lots of incense and weed and candles and, That's when the real ballad will come out.
Oh my God. Yeah. When your body starts sagging and you have nothing you can do but write sad songs about it. I get it.
Yeah. So that was the world premiere right there of the Wilted Flower music coming in 2038.
This shit's going on Blabbermouth tomorrow, bro.
Yep. Keep your eyes out. Wilted Flowers set to release 2038.
You know what? We ought to release that anyway, just for fucking shits and giggles.
I'm telling you, we were in the studio with Steve, and between takes, we were already writing it. It was. Oh yeah. It was.
Okay.
It was a blast. It was a blast. It's not quite country, but not quite rock and roll.
I was talking to Rebel earlier. She's getting ready to get sleeved up here with the tat. And
damn, that rules.
Yeah. No, she's pretty badass, bro. Anyway, I was talking to her and said, never really been inspired to get a tattoo, but I think Wilted Flower, that might be the one. I think I'm in.
I think that would be everywhere, man. It'd be crazy.
I don't know why my mind is trying to merge Willie Nelson and Richie Cavalera together right now.
Mine is Mine is looking at an old vagina.
It's coming. I'm gonna be headlining Farm Aid 2045. So.
We know exactly which farm you're talking about.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep. That's gonna be, government's gonna fuck all the weed up by then. I'll have to save it.
Amazing.
Yes. This is why we love having you on, bro. You're
just good times.
Absolutely. So what's May and June looking like? You still overseas? Are you going to be back here in the U.S. doing some shows? Or are you guys lined up on any other tickets that you can talk about at this point?
In the States, no, nothing yet. The only thing is Soulfly, but like I was saying, we're working on that June, July area. Try to do like some festivals around the States and do, maybe a couple headline shows. We're still looking at what our options are. First we're obviously submitting to tours in that time and seeing if anybody takes the bait, wants to not take days off and get, a band on, kick some ass. So we'll see what happens, but as of now, we're focused. I'm so busy right now with the record coming out and with, the tour coming up. So I'm just trying to let everything just play out. And I'm sure we'll be making big announcements here left and right with what we're planning this year.
Right. Cool. Well, you guys said you're rehearsing down in Arizona. A typical session for you guys, you get together, you BS for a few minutes. You guys practicing for like 5 hours for your shows, or is it just like, hey, let's do our set and maybe do it again and call it good? How do you guys approach that?
Oh, shit, man. We haven't really been rehearsing at all because, we've been playing, 100 shows, 120 shows a year. So the rehearsing kind of, over the last 2 years is kind of more stopped. But now for this, it's obviously a new record. So usually before those tours and before the record cycle starts, we'll get together, recreate a new set list, play all the new songs just so we have them to throw in on random days or whatever. So, maybe a couple hours every night, just depending on, how we feel. But, we've been playing together a minute now. So I think we're just kind of, we know what each other is thinking. It's crazy. We just know what's supposed to happen and how and where. So it's cool to see that and feel that because I don't think I've ever reached that level with any other members before.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of speaks volumes to chemistry and working together, and it comes out in your live shows.
Yeah, I think just anything, like a sports athlete or, anything like that, that's a team involving thing. You have to have that just consistency, and you just learn what each other does and how you can do it and what happens, and you just learn to predict it. And it's crazy, that feeling you get.
Right.
So when you're out with Soulfly, how much time do they give you guys on stage? How long are your sets?
I think they're going to give us 30 or 35, depending on, the night and where we are. So we plan on doing, I think it's 9 songs we're going to try to squeeze in. We're not going to stop. We're just going to fucking play song after song after song.
Damn.
So we can get as much. No one's there to hear us talk or pause. So
you gotta catch your breath, bro.
A huge band like Cataclysm and Soulfly, we got to bring it so they don't forget about us after they watch those two bands. So
right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we're gonna crush them. You're gonna like at least one of those 9 songs. That's our plan.
I love it.
You're gonna shove it down your throat.
Yeah, and then we'll be partying at Merch the whole night. So we'll be doing the usual. But it's really exciting. We actually, our drummer can't actually get into Canada, and we have one song up there. So the drummer from Soulfly is going to actually drum our set for us, which we're really stoked about. So Toronto is going to get a really special show that night.
Huh.
Fucking Canada.
Yeah, it sucks, but, it's more fucking Lennon. So, he got a little bit of trouble when he was younger, so now it's biting him in the ass. And,
right.
He's missed 2 tours now, but he's taking care of what he has to, and everything we know will be all right. So
now you said after the show you hang out and you party at the merch booth. So do you guys do that for all of your shows? You just hang out and party at the merch booth and meet your fans that come through and talk to them and hang out?
Oh yeah, you can definitely find me, Lennon, and Elle there, and then Drew. He's usually partying, just walking around the whole place. So we're all about it. We get bored. We don't like to sit around. We love to intermingle and talk shop and party, and That's just kind of what we've done since this band was founded. It's just who wants to go on tour and sit in the back. It's like that's just maybe after 45 years of playing it might get boring, but for us it's just awesome.
When you're doing Wilted Flower, you're not going to no longer be doing that.
Oh no, that's a definite. I'll be doing that because I'll have to be out there smoking joints and hanging.
Wait a second, you smoke weed?
Yeah, dude, that's where I get all my superpowers from.
Is that
Yeah, I love it.
Funny.
That's the secret of the trade right there.
Is that what it is? No, I love the fact.
Definitely.
I see. We see a lot. Several of the up and coming bands. Dead is good with this too. Hanging out there, the merch booth afterwards, and I think it's important.
Yeah, they're from Arizona too, right?
Yeah, absolutely, they are. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, which is cool. Just to see Arizona blowing up.
Yeah, Arizona as a whole has got some real talent coming out of it.
I think Dead on a show on a ticket with Incite would be fucking sick.
Oh my god!
Personally,
I would know to be able to walk afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be a high energy fucking show.
Oh my god!
You need to talk to Joe, man. You guys got to hook up because I think that'd be a fucking sick show.
Right?
Yeah, it's an agent thing, man. That's why I go back to why I bother them so much because it's all in their hands, man. I wish I could just be booking tours. So I'd be putting us on everything.
Yeah.
Hey, we're on this. Oh, you don't want us? Well, we're on it. I make them go for it.
Well, that's cool. I mean, are you trying to handpick the people you're touring with, or the agents just come and say, "Look, here's what's available, go for it"? Or are you saying, "Hey, I know these guys are out. Try to get us on with them"?
Well, see, that would be amazing, and I can't wait till that point. But for the size we are, it's kind of like, "Yo, here's who will open for you. What do you want to do? Listen to them, check them out, and pick them from that way. But yeah, I have dreams of definitely just picking alternate lineups and touring, but hopefully soon. We brought this band Aether, who was really cool. They're just starting out, just put out their first album, and they were awesome. And that's kind of what we want to do because that's what you got to do to keep metal going and keep new bands out there.
Well, I like what you guys do because you guys are not afraid to go into town and paper a town still yourself. Get out and work the streets to get people to come to the shows.
Oh yeah, well these bars aren't doing it, and the promoters at that level aren't doing it, and the local bands really aren't doing it, and it's like, what do you have? Just social media. So you kind of have to bring back that old school, and I'm happy I grew up in that, so I know that kind of shit. So yeah, you got a flyer, you got a poster, you got to show up a day early and talk to people and let them know, and just make it work. And hopefully they'll tell people, and that's just what word of mouth is big with.
I wish there was more of that nowadays.
I do too.
Oh, bro, it's huge what a poster does. A poster, like we do so many shows across the country playing headline shows where they don't make a poster, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? The shows that always have a poster are the ones that go crazy. Just because it's just visual, people respond to that. They understand it. People come to the bar throughout the month or two and see that. It's just foot traffic, and you don't really get that anywhere else. So we try to do that whenever we can because it's huge.
Yeah. It's a physical, tangible thing that you can actually relate to rather than, because I think everybody thinks, hey, I posted it on Facebook.
Right.
People are going to show up. It's not the case. It's too impersonal. Whereas you get the physical attributes with a poster per se, somebody had to hang it, somebody had to print it, and it's actually something right there that you can touch. I think it makes a huge difference. I think you're right.
You know what? To speak on that too, Sloppy, is that people are surfing through the internet so much, and then they stop. They see an image. Okay, so let's just say you see that poster on Facebook. Well, then you're flipping through more, and then you see all these other images. So that one gets kind of like in the wash. Whereas if you were to see a sign on a bar window, you know what I mean, a poster on a bar window.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so oversaturated on the internet. So definitely that's. A poster and a live show, it goes so far now.
Yeah, love it.
Aside from that, what do you find to be the most effective marketing tool that you have?
I find, it's part of social media, but just answering the messages personally. It almost makes people cross a line between, hey, I'm just I'm digging your band, to where, hey, yo, we're like homies. That's a thing I'm noticing where I'm going on tour and people are trying to present that feeling to me, but it's like I don't really know you, or, you know, I'm just trying to answer your message and be cool and, you know, understand what's up and talk to you on a direct level in some way. But
I completely relate.
You know, that,
yeah.
I find that big, you know, just because, like I said, it makes you feel more special, and you're, you know, and that's what we all want, you know. And I would love for my favorite artist to hit me up with a message. I'd trip out. So I still do trip out. Like, I got a follow from like Hey Breed guitar player yesterday, and I was like totally losing my shit. You know, it's a weird world now, you know, but you just try to go with it and keep a little bit of the old school alive.
Well, I got to tip my cap to you, because anytime I hit you up, you're really good about getting back to me online. So I know firsthand that you respond to your messages and you react, and you're very personable.
I definitely try. It's getting heavier and heavier to deal with, because it's a lot of pages now. I mean, I run the band pages, my personal pages, and it's just getting overwhelming. But, you know, I definitely try the best I can to, you know, please everybody and have an involvement in it. So, you know, it's cool. I love it.
Yeah, that in itself can be a full-time job, I know.
Oh, definitely. I mean, my wife does that, you know, and she's 250,000 people, and it's insane. You know, it's just, it's work. Yeah. It becomes work, you know, and it's just cool. You know, it's a different generation, different world.
Well, it's work, but it could be worse work. I mean, you could be out digging a trench in 120-degree temperatures in Arizona.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I definitely had some terrible jobs, so this is a dream come true.
Right.
That's amazing. So if you had a fanboy moment with a band that asked you guys to open for them, what band would it be?
Probably Lamb of God.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I was, you know, always a metalhead getting young, but, you know, I kind of lost my way a little bit. So when I saw that Ruin video, it kind of reestablished me as like, hey, no, this is the shit I love. And then I saw them in concert, you know, a couple months following that, and it was just unbelievable. I mean, they absolutely torched Slipknot, which not a lot of bands could do at that time. They're what you want, you know? They were just high energy, high vibe, rocking, fun time, killing it.
When I come to see you guys next time, are you going to join me in the pit?
Oh, no, I'm going to be working at the merch booth selling cotton.
There it is. There it is.
It's ridiculous, bro. I don't get to have fun on these tours, so I stopped doing these solo things. But it's nice for the money. Got to pay them bills just like everybody else.
Yeah, I hear you.
At this point in your career, how would you measure success?
Oh, 5 albums, man. I mean, most of these kids that, you know, have way crazier opportunities than I do in this business put out like a single, let alone a record or 5 of them. Right. So for me, it's cool. You know, I think I give all these kids that are coming up, you know, the little Corey Taylors and the little Trujillos and all them a good role model, I guess, per se.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. But, you know, for us, yeah, to be able to do 5 albums and tour the world and do all that, you know, everything else is just a icing on the cake.
That's fucking badass.
I dig it. Yeah, it's
well,
tangible.
You got to wonder when a guy has done as much as Richie has,
right?
You know, would think would be afforded with opportunities that weren't necessarily there, and he's working twice as hard as guys who think they should be more successful. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing, you know, what we were given was, hey, we'll put you on this tour. There you go. And that was it. You know, we had to get in the van and get in the car or whatever it was, get the gear and play the show and write the songs and get the album deals and all that stuff. So
work your ass off.
Yeah. And I think that just, you know, that comes with any band that wants to try to be more than a garage band or whatever. You know, you got to work your ass off. Anybody that's made it and big, they definitely work their ass off at some point.
Right. I mean, it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's like 90% business, 10% rocking out.
That's true, because, I mean, think about it. You're on stage 30 to 35 minutes a day. If you're not busting your ass to grow your brand the rest of the day, you're going nowhere.
It's definitely never ending. It's incredible. But it rules. No complaints.
Was there anything that we didn't talk about today that you wanted to?
I think we caught it, man. Check out the new single out now, Poisoned by Power, featuring another badass, Chris Barnes from 6 Feet Under and Cannibal Corpse. So
yeah, he's all right.
He's a cool dude, man. We chill out, smoke joints, and just talk conspiracy shit. So that's really become a cool thing me and him have built up. And just a cool dude, man. Toured with him a couple times and ripped up some European stages, and mad love.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty singing voice.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. we were like, holy shit, when he sent his tracks, we were just like, fuck, man, how am I going to match up with that? It was just like, but it came out cool. It's about, the powerful betraying us and, fucking us all over. So I think it suits well for the time being.
Yeah. He's going to sound great on the Wilted Flower album also.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure he's got that in him.
I can hear it now.
Right?
That rules.
Awesome.
Hey, man, don't hang up.
Yeah.
Don't hang up. We're going to do a little wrap up here, and then I'll get an ID from you and let you go on your day, okay?
Right on, man. Much appreciated.
All right. Here we go. All right, everybody. Our guest has been Richie Cavalera from the one and only Incite. Check them out. The brand new album. By the time you hear this, it'll be out. It is called Built to Destroy. It is available everywhere.
Hell yeah. Heavy metal. Keep it heavy. Go support the art, man. That's what it's all about. Keep it going. Keep it going. Metal. Fuck everything else.
I'm with you, bro.
I love it.
I'm with you.
Oh, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you guys as always, spreading the word, putting it out there about music and all the killer bands that you do. Thank you guys.
The one and only Richie Cavalera. Always a lot of fun.
Gotta love that guy.
He's just a nice guy, right?
I just love the old school mentality. You know what I mean? And it's proving to be successful.
Yeah.
Totally is.
That's what he grew up with, though. I mean, this guy grew up in a family of metal.
Right.
And with uncles of metal. And we're talking metal royalty at this point. Really.
Yeah, it's very true.
And it's I think it's really refreshing and interesting to see that mentality even back then was, well, if you want this, you go get it.
Right.
And he's out there getting it.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't just handed to him like
There's no
some
sense
sort of
entitlement
scepter.
No, I love it.
Richie seems to be a little more mature, a little more subdued. Like he's got a lot more shit on his plate than the last time we talked to him. But he's still Richie.
Yeah, absolutely. And Incite is a great band. If you like the heavy, that they're sitting there ready to kick your ass. They are a fantastic band. All the guys in that band, totally talented and
absolutely
and worthy of your time.
And taking thrash to a new modern level, really.
Pummeling is the best way I can
that
put
is
it.
a fantastic descriptor.
Yeah, and it's fun. Their albums are fun. They're heavy as hell, but they're a good time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I love choreographed headbanging. So it's a win-win. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Honest Brutality. We really appreciate you. Wherever you are listening to the podcast, whether it be on Stitcher, iTunes, Google, Spotify, do us a favor. If you're able to, leave us a rating and a review. Type whatever you need to type. We don't really care. It's all for business, not for politics. We do appreciate it. You can also follow us on all of our socials. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Come over, join the fun. We're always finding crazy shit that pisses the internet off to post and share. And you can listen to us on Rock Rage Radio on Saturdays, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, for 2 hours of fun, mayhem, music, and madness. Or check us out on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, Center Stage with Honest Brutality, where we talk to bands and we play their music. And that is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Rock Rage Radio.
When you're done listening to that, give us a call, 530-962-0411. Again, that's 530-962-0411. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you.
I think that wraps up all of our business. So the only thing left to say is be good people, take care of one another, and most importantly,
stay metal!
Stay metal.
What's up? This is Richie Cavalera, Incite. You're listening to Built to Destroy on Honest Brutality. Keep it fucking heavy.